finding peace with dragging these chains. I carry this mark. It shows me the darkest part. If I'm left by myself inside this hell, it consumes me. It eats me. The darkest part behind this. Now you see what you've done to me. The ashes that fall inside my mind. The ashes, the dark inside my mind. The darkest part of me. The darkest part of me. I see you inside, lost in the time you're trying to fight all the demons inside. The thoughts in your head, they make you dead, giving in to what they command. I'm trying to fall, but they're stronger each time. I close my eyes, feel the darkness inside. Now you see what you've done to me. The ashes that fall inside my mind. This is the darkest part of me. The darkest part of me. Now you see what you've done to me. The ashes that fall inside my mind. This is the darkest part of me. The darkest part of me. And I say, holding my mind, I put this way, they come to a side. Where to draw the line from your heart to your head. 'Cause in the end, everything rots and your mind's so cold that you can't hold the thought. These voices won't leave. They scream in my sleep. Every breath that I breathe is a lie I repeat. The mirror reflects what I swore I defeat. I'm tearing the flesh just to feel something real. It's pulling me under. It's pulling under. Ocean to recover. Now you see what
You already know what it is, man. We are back here to serve some more game on the ground for them hungry hounds. So just got up the pound and are ready for the next round. So with that being said, beautiful song. Hey, man, you already know what it is. If I can turn my camera off by accident. Anyways, great job. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that song is about somebody who pretty much got into some shit that they shouldn't have been into at a young age and has been tormented by demons for a long time and deciding, you know what, fuck this shit, bro, I'm done with it, and kicking the demon out of their life. Or demons. So, demons. With that being said, y'all can see the title of this episode, this live. We're going to be checking out Andrew Tate. I don't know if this is an old emergency meeting or where the fuck it came from. It wasn't on his Rumble account. So his shit was uploaded like 8 days ago, I think. So we're going to check it out, man. I don't think I've seen this one, or if I have, I don't remember. Shout out to the 3 people hiding in the bushes. What a do, Sandar. I see you up in here too, man. You already know what it is. So let's go ahead and get this shit going, man. Let's pull that real quick. Alright. You're a nobody is what this shit's called. Go ahead and change this layout. Alright, with that being said, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
This me today. I had a bit of work to do, and I was going to be on my computer, and I thought, you know what? I've missed all my friends. So why don't I sit with my friends while I do my work on the emergency meeting? And some of the work we have to do is that I've yet to see my own episode of TATE Confidential. The last TATE Confidential we uploaded. When we download it, I want to play it and watch it with my friends. I'll watch through of TATE Confidential. That'll be fun. So we're going to do that. Then I thought I'd give you some of my other musings I came up with, because people seem to find them interesting and insightful. I'll tell you one of the musings I came up with this morning. I was driving. In fact, no, I wasn't driving. I was being driven by my private security team in my S-Class Mercedes. And as I was driving, I realized that most people, unfortunately for the world, don't really believe in anything. Or they have opinions on things or pretend they believe in something, but as soon as it gets to a point where they have to actually suffer for that belief, all belief goes out the window. They'll say, I believe the sky is blue. And then you go up to them and say, I'm going to fight you because I think it's green. And they'll say, okay, it's green.
Bro, that is 100% facts, dude.
Everyone has a belief. I scroll Twitter now, and it's just bots and people who have these insane beliefs that they don't want to defend. They want to sit there and go, I believe this, I think this, but they don't want to put any skin in the game. A lot of the time, they don't even want to have their name attached to the account. They just want to sit there and just spout these beliefs that they're not going to defend or believe in ever. So people's beliefs aren't real. What is real? Very few things on Earth are actually real. And we're now in this strange paradigm where we've won the election and woke is dead, which is all great. That's fantastic. Okay, good. But the right are no more honorable or virtuous than the left. Do the right believe in free speech? No. I can tell you from personal experience, if you say things they don't like, they want you gone. The right are no better than the left when it comes to free speech. Do the right believe in due process? No. If you're accused of something, the right will cannibalize you just the same as the left will. So we have people who pretended to believe in due process and free speech and all of these things to combat against their enemies, but truthfully, they never gave a shit about any of it. They don't believe in anything. Everybody's emotional. Everybody wants to flip-flop from side to side. Everybody's subjective. Everybody decides whether they believe in a certain premise if it suits them. It's all conditional. Who are we talking about? When did it happen? How do I feel about it? Do I have to defend this opinion? All of this garbage dictates as to whether the belief is held or otherwise, or if the belief completely 180s and changes. So what is real? Please understand, I woke up in the morning, I'm driving in my car, I'm sitting on my laptop having my coffee, trying my best to decipher what is real inside of the matrix. Because I'm like, people's beliefs aren't real. Paradigms that we're supposed to believe in between left and right are not real. Justice is not real. Education system's not real. The medical system's not real. What is real? What can I say is real? And this is where I think, as you search for truth, you end up doing some of the most bare necessities of the masculine experience to ensure that they're real. Going to the gym is a search for truth, because you can either lift that bar or you can't. That is true or false. Your strength.
Hold up, yo. My dogs are acting a fucking fool. Give me a sec. All right, we back.
That you hold in your own human hand.
You know when Tate takes his glasses off, he's about to say some real shit. So he looks like a Bond villain. Hell no.
Is true. When you train yourself to become more capable and more deadly, that is a search for truth. Power that you feel inside of yourself is real. Money that you make, they can take it off you, yes, but when you dedicate yourself to money, sure, you can call that real, you can spend it, you can take care of people you love. Those are real things. But a lot of people are dedicating themselves to ideas or following the herd because they believe that the herd wants them to believe in these ideas. And it's very difficult to get to any kind of baseline of truth. So if I woke up and I tried to have my most honest day in the world, where I'm absolutely honest, because even me, I am self-critical enough to understand that we're all hypocritical. Do I believe in due process? Yes. If I saw a man raping a woman in the middle of the street, would I want him just to be shot in the head? Yeah. So I don't believe in due process, do I? It's all subjective.
Listen, there's a difference between due process when you're accused of something versus being blatantly caught doing something. That's where the due process comes in. That's where the difference is. But people will take that and spin it and say, oh, he don't believe in this, he don't believe in that. No, I tell you what it is he was literally caught in public blatantly just raping somebody or killing somebody or kidnapping a child. There is no due process for when you are blatantly caught, seen by multiple people, or even caught on camera doing said thing. You gotta go. And that's a fact. You gotta go.
Then it's like, well, what are you about to rape her? What does about mean? How do you draw this line? Everything becomes very difficult. So if I had to wake up and be as honest as possible, what would I be talking about? What would I be saying? But more importantly, what would I be doing in my quest for eternal truth? If I wanted to live as honestly as possible, what would I be doing? Well, I would be training. Attempting to be as strong as possible. I'd be telling the people I love that I love them, because that's true. I'd be telling the people I care about that I care about them. But if you want to be an honest person or a good person, perhaps these are the most important things you can actually do with your day. Is train, is dedicate yourself, work hard, make money, achieve things, love those you love. Because so much of the world is garbage. If you scroll Twitter, every single person is full of shit. Every single person contradicts. Every single person picks and chooses. The right is just as bad as the left. Nobody is perfect. All the politics is a mess. It's all a mess. It's all fucked. But if you go to the gym, you lift that weight, you get stronger. Isn't that beautiful? The simplicity of it. Isn't simplicity beautiful to say, the world is so complicated, but if I go to the gym and I lift this weight, I get stronger? Isn't that enough to give you some peace, some grounding in the chaos? For you to finally find an anchor in rough seas, for you to wake up and think, I'm going to dedicate myself and I'm going to train and I'm going to get stronger tomorrow because I trained today. And I didn't want to train and I was tired, but I did it anyway. And now I'm stronger than I was. And that is 100% definitively true. No subjectivity, no maybes, no ifs, no buts. It is a fact. And it is a fact that I have constructed, that I have made a reality myself. Like I am the constructor of the universe. I can force this outcome. And forced outcomes are what you're always looking for in life. If you play chess, and I'm not so good, but if you do play, you understand that your calculative ability is massively increased with forced outcomes. If I make a move, and he can make 3 possible reply moves, it's very difficult for me to calculate into the future. But if I make a move and it's check, and he only has 1 move, and then I make another move and it's check, and he only has 1 move, I can now calculate far deeper into the future because I have forced a move from my opponent. Forced moves allow you to plan for the future more effectively. So you should always be looking for forced moves in your life. You should be...
That's 100% facts, bro. A lot of, people talk about, I'll use this for an example. People talk about how they're always held down, so to speak. And it's like, dude, you don't you don't use that in a way to benefit yourself. And what I mean is, a lot of people will sit around and say, oh man, I can't do this because, you know, my skin color or whatever, some stupid shit. But instead of using that as fuel, as motivation to prove them wrong, they allow it to hold them down. Instead of allowing that hatred to force you to move, to make you want to prove them wrong. And then next thing you know, you're going to be in a place that you never thought that you could be in. That's a forced outcome. People don't think about it like that because they want handouts. That's really all they want. They're looking for handouts. And that's no.
Sitting here saying, okay, if I do this, if I go out and party tonight, 10 things can happen. I can get in a fight and die. I can get in a fight and win and get a good KO video that makes me famous on the internet, but I catch a criminal case and I go to jail for 6 years. I can meet a beautiful woman and we can fall in love and have a baby. I can meet a beautiful woman and she can break my heart and waste my time. I can get drunk for no reason. I can have a great time. I can have a bad time, etc. There's a whole bunch of outcomes. But if you say I go to the gym and I lift those weights, what happens? I get stronger. Most likely that's what's going to happen. I doubt you're going to go to the gym and lift those weights, and all of a sudden, because you lifted those weights, you're going to impress somebody who stares in the window from the outside and decides to buy you a car, and you get a brand new car for going to the gym. That's probably not going to happen. What is going to happen is they're going to get stronger. It's a forced move. It's a forced move, and it's a universal truth. And I am going to try, as I optimize my life, which is a permanent and never-ending task, to not only always look for forced moves, but also to be looking for the truth of all things. And I think that's what I love so much about competition. Because competition is a search for truth. Who's better? Well, there's one person here and there's a person there. Well, who's actually better? Well, I believe I'm better because of this. You believe because you're better because of this. Okay, let's set the rules. Let's set the parameters of the competition. Let's have a competition and let's see who's true. Let's see the truth. Let's see who's better. Search for truth is a very beautiful thing. We have a $10 super chat here. I'm gonna.
You know, that's kind of like it's kind of like the UFC in a way. One fighter thinks he's better because he mainly fights stand-up. One fighter thinks he's better because he mainly fights wrestling. You know, one fighter thinks he's better because he's a boxer. One fighter thinks he's better because he's a kickboxer. You know, and then they fight each other to see who's a better fighter. That's pretty much, you know, it's pretty much what it's like. It's that we have been groomed to think we are weak and small and nothing, so it requires so much of our will to rise above that. Well, see, here's the thing. You can't be groomed to believe something if you've never given it the place in your mind to sit. People have given the idea that they don't need to be men anymore a place in their mind to sit. People have given the idea that they don't need to be, you know, feminine females, and instead they need to be these boss bitches. They gave a place in their mind for that idea to sit, and it grew. They allowed that seed to be planted in their brain. And so that's why society's like that. Whereas if you ignore what they say, you don't believe what they say, you shrug it off and you keep doing what you're supposed to do, you never would have became like that in the first place because you did not give that seed any soil in your mind to grow.
Read it. Can I explain the clans inside of the real world? I think they're already explained inside of it. And the real world 2.0 is launching. We have massive upgrades coming. In fact, some huge upgrades got launched this morning, I believe. You can see it inside of your notification center. So if you're a member, you can see it all there. I know what's coming. I'm very, very excited about it. But for now, I'm just here to hang out with my friends. So I want to play this Tate Confidential episode because I've yet to watch it. And I thought it might be a cool thing to do, which we've never done before, which is watch Tate Confidential with my narrations. Because a lot more happens than ever makes the episode. We cut down 10 hours of footage to 15 minutes. So I thought it'd be an interesting thing to do. So let's check it out. I've never seen this episode. It better be funny. Tristan Barron will ruin it. What we got? Let's go.
We don't do super shit that we've grown up.
Eat a fucking skin on your cunt.
Bailey, stop trying to take my job.
I'm not trying to challenge you.
I have zero malice in my heart.
Everybody,
Nobody knows but us how we roll, how we roll.
I stopped you from getting coffee by forcing them to close the coffee shop so you could shut up forever.
Nice.
That's my idea.
Yeah, so Bailey, we came down here for coffee.
Where's your suit?
You know what's interesting? Sorry to stop it already. We hadn't seen Luke in 2.5 years. And when we met up again, within 10 seconds, we just started bullying each other. It was, hey, been ages, yeah. How are you? Fine. Okay, where's your spacesuit? You're a faggot. It was straight back to business. That's one of the best things about masculine friendship. You know girls have to check in with each other every 10 seconds or they stop being friends? Or if they wear the same outfit on the same day, it's a huge drama in the group chat. You know, with men, you can just not see your friend for 3 years. I'm sure during those 3 years, lots of things have happened during his life. Like his kid's been growing up. I think he has another one. And I say I think because I don't know. This is what I mean. Who cares? Who cares? Hey, the last 3 years, what's been going on? Hey, what's happened? Hey, tell me everything. I don't give a fuck. hey, how are you? Fine. You say fine even if you're not fine, and you just move on with life. And moving on with life is picking on you. Hey, tell me. Who cares? Hey, the last 3 years, what's been going on? Hey, what's happened? Hey, tell me everything. I don't give a fuck. hey, how are you? Fine. You say fine even if you're not fine, and you just move on with life. And moving on with life is picking on each other, because it's funny. So it's so interesting to watch this clip knowing we just got reunited with Luke, and we're straight back to the same old things we've always been doing.
Bro, you know what's funny is he's not even lying. You could be like this with somebody, and if y'all are really like this, and y'all, you know, go about your ways for a period of time, and then y'all reconnect with each other, y'all gonna start bullying each other again just because. That's 100%. That's just how dudes are, bro.
Haven't skipped a beat. A few more super chats I'm gonna read here while it's down. Send you a DM on X related to fundraiser.com. Give it a read. Sure, but if you submitted it to fundraiser.com, I'm gonna read it anyway. Ryan Dawson, the OG. Master the activities with concrete results first. Lifting and learning. Absolutely true, sir. Absolutely true. $20 for the little ones. That's going to take pledge. Thank you very much. Right, let's what do you want to do? You want to play on Rumble? All right, they're adjusting how we play the TATE Confidential for you. Interesting. So we had students inside of the real world today. I put a blast inside the TATE channel, and I said, give a one-sentence story of what happened after you joined the real world. Let me, while he sorts this out. This is all messy. I don't like it. Must be... Obviously, as Mr. Producer, I could fix it, but I'm just testing you guys to see if you deserve your paychecks. Don't make me do it. Because I will if I have to. All right, we good? All right, let's play it.
Where's your suit?
How do I hear it?
Where's your suit? Listen, you think just because I got my suit.
The problems are never ending and various.
Where's your suit?
The problems are complicated and various and never ending. Much like life.
I'm wearing a jacket.
When's the last time you ever woke up and didn't have problems? Because I can't think of a fucking day.
Don't you like my t-shirt?
There's always something to fix.
This gorilla hat. And my gorilla hat.
This TATE Confidential watch along is not going the way I want it to go. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Not allowed anymore. For the next TATE Confidential episode, I want to do an exclusive watch along with my friends. So the people who work for me, who are paid thousands, better fucking work it out. Because for the next TATE Confidential, I want to watch with my friends. And if we can't, there will be a rebellion led by me, and my army of chatters inside of the emergency meeting are going to ensure the destruction of all of the incompetent parties which have failed us.
Oh, bro, it's fun. This like it's funny because you can't tell if he's being sarcastic or if he's being serious or both.
Let's go for Twitter. That's fine. What are people talking about on Twitter? Let's actually see what people are talking about. This is what I mean.
Oh no, TATE going on Twitter.
It's slop. You know, it's all just slop. You know, fuck it. Let me say more things. We were talking about truth, so let's talk about the post-truth world. We were in the post-truth world with the mainstream media. That has been dented. I wouldn't say it's been destroyed, but the matrix has certainly been cracked. Let's move on into this AI garbage. I said to Tristan this morning, are influencers even going to exist? You do understand within 3 to 5 years, you're not going to be able to tell the difference at all, right? How does that affect society for a pretty girl who makes her money on Instagram with pictures of herself?
Influencers will exist, but not in the same way that they do today. That's a fact. Influencers will exist differently. They will work differently. They will live differently. They will create content differently. They will create vlogs of themselves across the world while they're sitting at their house. See, it's going to get to a point to where you're going to be able to live stream AI content. When I say AI content, I mean like you do like a live vlog or IRL vlog with AI across the world while you're sitting in your bed. That's where it's going to get to one day. I'm telling you. So the way that influencers are going to be making content is going to be way different. And it's something that a lot of people are going to fall off with. It's going to be something that a lot of people get on with. And that's just how it goes.
Surely it's damaging. How do you prove you're real anymore? I mean, yes, surely men are going to want to talk to real girls, but only if they meet them. If they don't get to actually meet the girl, if they just look at her pictures and talk to her online, then it can be completely automated, fully
You're going to be talking to a whole dude.
AI machine. What about streamers? I mean, I'm Andrew Tate, perhaps I have a name, but is the average streaming experience going to be a complete AI algorithm?
What did I just say, bro? That is crazy. So pigs will be eating Cheetos, drinking Mountain Dew while AI live streaming their gym workouts. Bro, it's going to become GTA in real life, and people are going to be making their AI characters like they would on GTA while they're laying down 400 pounds, huffing and puffing in their bed. That's what it's going to get to, bro.
What are we going to be able to do to decipher truth from falsehood coming in a few short years? I'm genuinely curious. This whole quest for truth as a whole, I think, is a very interesting subject. And how it's all going to play out, especially online. And how we find the truth in our own lives. I don't trust any of the messages I get anymore. I don't trust voice notes. I think they're AI. I don't trust screenshots. I think they're AI. I don't trust anything. So it's like, well, how do I know what's true and what isn't? I mean, I can trust my own eyes. I like to think, as long as it's not online. If I escape the internet, escape the slop, escape the endless tirade of garbage, and I walk around like the man in the old Kung Fu series where he walks around and gets in adventures and uses his Kung Fu to destroy his enemies. If I do that, if I just march around Earth with lethal capability, perhaps I can discover things that I believe to be true with my own senses. Do you understand what I'm saying? I did this during COVID. Everyone says, Andrew, how'd you know COVID was a lie on day one? I looked up.
My laptop's about to die. Give me a second, y'all. You plug it in. Don't die on me, man. Alright, we're good.
Sorry. The news says, don't trust it. Let me go have a look. I'm one of those guys.
If you're somebody who trusts what the news says, you deserve to be misled like a retarded sheep.
Old-fashioned. You remember your dad used to say,
Maybe way back in the day it was more trustworthy, but now you deserve to be a retarded sheep if you believe what the news says.
that, go have a look. You'd say, is it raining? The weather says it's raining. Let me go have a look. A good old-fashioned look. I'm a looker. I went outside, drove around in my car, saw people walking up and down. I looked around, I thought, I don't see any germs. Now some people will call me crazy for that, but who was right? I'm a looker. You know? Every single thing you see on the internet is soon to be bullshit. I don't believe these signal chat leaks, to be honest. I don't believe it. Are they real? Maybe. Can they be proven real beyond reasonable doubt? No. So what are we doing here? Jerking off over pixels on a screen. They are going to get you to give up your human energy and your time and your calories concerned with pixels on a screen, which could be completely generated from an AI machine deliberately to psyop you. And it's a scary world, because how do you now function on this earth knowing that basically everything, to a degree, can be manipulated. And in 3 to 5 years,
So hence why people will demand digital ID. Bro, I just seen something earlier that the state of Utah is talking about working towards legalizing digital ID over there. Now they said, quote, it's optional and not mandated if they do. But that's a guise. Because all it takes is just a few corrupt politicians to get into office over there in Utah and say, you know what? Mandate it. That's all it takes. And now you would think that the people in Utah, seeing all the people over there in the UK protesting against digital ID, you would think, oh no, if the whole UK is protesting against it, then we don't need it over here. But unfortunately, a lot of people are just retarded and think, oh yeah, we can use that over here because it'll be convenient. No, sir.
you're not going to be able to tell if a person you're speaking to on the internet is even real. Is that even a real person? So it's almost like we're going to be going back in time. There was a point in human history where you had to go to the private members clubs in certain cities around the world to ensure that you met the important people. And then all of that changed. And they said, you don't have to be in the private members club in New York because you can meet important people on the internet. And that was the more effective way to meet influential individuals for a while. But I have a feeling we're going to revert back to the real world, where the only way you can know if a person is the person that they say that they are is if you sit with them across a dinner table on planet Earth and visualize them with your eyeballs. All of this meeting girls online is going to get wrecked. All of this, look at this cute fluffy cat online is going to get wrecked. All of these things are going to vanish, and we're going to go back to the real world, and people are going to be real world maxing. Perhaps things are going to go full circle. I don't know. I'm just talking now. Once you decipher, or once you decide that you can no longer decipher the truth from the fiction on the internet, doesn't the internet lose a lot of its appeal? Isn't the appeal of a cat video the fact that it's a cat doing something unusual? You see a cat and it's playing with a ball. You're like, oh look, the cat is juggling. But once AI can make a video that makes it look like a cat is juggling and you can't tell if it's really a cat or not, that video is no longer endearing or interesting. It's the same with a pretty girl. You see a pretty girl, you're like, wow, she's hot. Once AI makes every girl hot. So it only matters if you see these things in real life now. Perhaps we're going to go back to real life maxing. And if we go back to real life maxing, you need real life capabilities. Like a strong body, like the ability to speak and communicate, like a temperament that allows you to respectfully disagree with people who lie to you, like money. Perhaps in 30 years from now, the internet will actually be suffering from the fact that nobody trusts it enough to do the important functions it previously did. But then how do we get our news once they can AI up a whole... Imagine they had AI during COVID. Think how they lied to us during COVID. Imagine they could chat GPT and AI image generate and video generate. Imagine what governments would have had us doing if they could have completely manufactured the evidence for their manufactured pandemic.
That would be way worse. Way worse. And, that reminds me of something that I've seen. I don't remember where it was, but I had seen somebody said something on the internet talking about, man, when Sora 2 goes live for everybody, I'm going to be making a whole bunch of videos of news reports of the Ukrainians winning the war. And I'm like, you're retarded, bro. You're retarded. Straight up. Now I'm going to make a whole bunch of AI videos of Palestine obliterating Israel. Where you retarded, bro. That's exactly how deception starts. With one person being retarded.
Because this is what governments are thinking about.
If Ukraine is really winning the war, they're really winning the war. If Russia is really winning the war, they're winning the war. If Israel is really winning the war against Hamas over there in Palestine, then they're really winning the war. If Hamas is really winning the war with Israel, then they're really winning the war. And yes, with real-time events, history gets rewritten. And that's a no-no.
They're thinking, okay, well, we're trying to change people's views on objective reality. The problem is they use their eyes to see something counter to what we say. So why don't we use AI to generate the evidence for what we say, and then try and convince people to not go outside and not leave their house and stay in their house and scroll the internet all day? So
think about what's going to be like with the next pandemic that happens, because you know there's going to be another one. You know they're going to make another one. So imagine now with Sora, they can take that AI technology and make it without no type of watermarks and create this abominable fake virus, and they're gonna make videos of people just turning into whatever. They're gonna say don't go outside, and people are really gonna believe it.
they believe what we show them. One of the only ways left, I would argue, before we find a solution to this conundrum in the following years to knowing if anything's true or not, is to have a look yourself or listen to the eyewitness account of somebody you trust. That's the best thing about having people you trust. I'll give you an example. I've never been to Colombia. Everyone says Colombia's great.
They say nothing is fooling you anymore. Well, see, you got to be careful with that mindset too, because when you sit around and think that everything's fake, what's real to you is going to end up being fake. So that's why you got to learn how to look between, like really look between the lines and look at the fine details, because that'll tell you what's real and fake. I know how to tell if a video was Sora created. I know how to tell, and it's not by the watermark. I see people remove the watermarks all the time, trying to make it seem like it's real. There's a way to tell how it's real or fake. But you can only tell by really looking at the fine lines, the very small details. And that's what you got to do with everything else. You can't just assume everything's fake, otherwise you're not going to believe anything anymore. And that's like what Tate was saying at the beginning of the video. People's beliefs aren't real no more.
Since been to Colombia. My church is going to go to Colombia. No shit. Done. Now I've seen Colombia. My brother, who I trust with all of my heart, has looked with his own eyes. He didn't look at an Instagram page of a hot Colombian girl. He didn't look at a clever TikTok reel of a Colombian influencer. He didn't look at any AI. He didn't read ChatGPT saying it's the best place to go on holiday. He went there with his own eyes and looked around and came back and told me it was a fucking dump, so now I don't need to go. Great. So amplifying your brotherhood and finding more men you trust perhaps is one of the only ways for you to increase your scope beyond the two eyes that are stuck inside of your skull in the coming years. I do believe humanity and all of our genius will find a solution for these problems. But I do think there will be a difficult period in between now and that solution where we lose all grasp on everything on the internet, whether it's true or not.
So when you know the end game, you can see the journey. Everything has a purpose. Well, the end game is world domination through the beast system. That's what the end game is. You know, it's funny because when you really think about it, when you read Revelation, you read Daniel, and you read the books of these different, prophets that have seen the end. There ain't a single hoop that God's laid out that Satan hasn't been able to keep himself from jumping through. And that is a fact.
In fact, I now task students of the real world. I want to test something. Put this in the AI campus. I'm now going to say a sentence, and I want you guys to edit the video. Edit my mouth. Use an AI voice changer and try and make me say something else. I'm going to say something, and you're going to try and make me say the opposite. I want to test this, and I want to watch the video. And remember, we're getting exponentially more capable than we previously were. So let's pass this to the real world students. My name is Andrew Tate, and I believe that the sky is blue. And I believe in gravity. Right. So I want you to take that clip and change it to me saying I believe the sky is not blue, and I do not believe in gravity. I want you to completely 180 inverse my beliefs and inverse my views, and I want to see that video. Whoever does it most effectively gets a bonus. We'll give you some cash, and we'll give you some power level points inside of the real world. And I'm sure it'll be 80% good. And you look at it and go, I can tell that's AI. For now. For now. So what's going to happen when people sit on the internet or sit on video or sit on the news and say, yes, and they change it for no? How is the world going to function? What is your plan to deal with this conundrum, besides viewing it with your own eyes or having brothers you trust who have viewed it with their own eyes? I think this is going to be something we have to deal with within our lifetime. I think this is a very real problem. Hi, Andrew. I'm a 17-year-old student of the real world from Australia. I've made over 10K USD since joining. Are you planning to come to Australia as part of your world tour? Yes. I'm very excited to come to Australia. In fact, I cannot wait. I'm 100% coming to Australia. Congratulations on the 10 grand, sir. I hope you gave us a one-sentence story on your success inside of the real world. Wait a second. My genius. My genius is just my... Wait a second. My genius. Guys. My genius. Let me have a... My genius. Stop. Guys, listen. My genius. It just came to me. How do we fix the upcoming conundrum of a post-truth world where the Matrix will construct completely false narratives and completely false paradigms under which they expect you to exist as a slave? You fix it with the real world. So what I need to do now, at the end of this emergency meeting, is call all the real world professors and start having a conversation about how we can get a vetted, trusted source of information directly from the eyes, minds, and networks of all 180,000 the real world students. Curate that information and have like a Twitter feed inside of the app of verified truths. Videos that are not AI and not doctored from trusted sources that I personally vet. Perhaps the real world can become more than just learning how to make money online. Perhaps it can actually be a place online where you escape the lies of online, the real world, like the internet of 2010, before everything became fucked and gay.
Yo, that would be crazy, bro. That would be crazy. I wonder if that's going to be one of the updates of 2.0. That would be insane. It'd be pretty cool, too. But, yeah, man, TATE's not lying, bro. It's going to get worse. It's going to get way worse before it even starts to get better. And that's just 100% facts. It's just how the game goes. So, with that being said, man, I'm going to go ahead and get this outro pulled up real quick and he's going to bounce. Back out of that. Shut up, bro. Change this here. Wait. Okay. I had to make sure that was the right speed while I was tweaking. Alright. Okay, so with that being said, make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, your mummies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else that y'all know. And we out, man.
Yeah. Fuck that lady. Black Tom McDonald in this bitch spitting fire on these deadbeats, no switch. Let's go. Yeah. You a grown ass nigga standing in the line. EBT dried up, now you crying online. Could've clocked in at 5, but you slept till 9. Now the shutdown hit and you begging for dimes. Nigga, get off your ass, this ain't charity time. Black Tom McDonald dropping truth like a crime. I see you big frame, arms like a goddamn tank, but you sitting on the couch giving life a blank. Swipe, swipe, nothing but decline. Government cheese gone, now you losing your fucking mind. Talking about the system, how it kept you confined, but the mirror don't lie, nigga, you the mastermind of your own damn cage. Lazy bones engraved, could've flipped them burgers, now you feeling enslaved. I was grinding at 16, no safety net. You was playing 2K, placing online bets. Now the shutdown's a villain, but you the real threat to your own damn future, nigga, place your regret. I'm painting these pictures, no filter, no blur, while you scrolling for pity, crying life ain't fair. Shit, life ain't fair, but it don't owe you a chair. Get your ass up and hustle or keep breathing thin air. You a grown ass nigga, fuck that nigga. You a grown clocking at 5, but you slept till 9. Now the shutdown hit and you begging for dimes. Nigga, get off your ass, this ain't charity time. Black Tom McDonald dropping truth like a crime. Yeah. You posting the memes, Uncle Sam's a prick. Your uncle named Laziness, and he running this shit. Got a back that don't break, legs that don't limp. But you walk to the corner store, begging for a blimp. Or that free fucking money like it grows on the tree. While the rest of us bleed just to eat, can't you see? I'm spitting these syllables, surgical precision. Cut through the excuses, expose the collision between what you could be and the bum you become. Niggas crying on TikTok, thumbing his thumb. Shut down, took my food, nigga, please, it took your crutch. Now you facing the truth, and the truth hurts much. I ain't here to coddle, I'm here to ignite a fire under your ass till you work through the night. Black Tom McDonald, the ghost in the booth, haunting every lie till you face the damn truth. No more woe is me, no more victim parade. You built your own chains, now you stuck in the shade. Pick up the application, swallow that pride, or keep starving in silence, nigga, you decide. You a grown ass nigga standing in the line. EBT dried up, now you crying online. Could've clocked in at 5, but you slept till 9. Now the shutdown hit and you begging for dimes. Nigga, get off your ass, this ain't charity time. Black Tom McDonald dropping truth like a crime. Yeah, Black Tom McDonald. Ain't no handouts here, only hard facts. Get to work, nigga, stay broke, your choice. Choice.